Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesday with Pastor Dan. Today we're going to be talking about something I think that I think we just miss in our vocabulary, our vernacular. We don't just don't think we talk about it enough. And when we do something with kids, we always want to say, "What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up?" We always ask them, what are they gonna be? The standard response: doctors, football players, or basketball players, or teachers, or this and that. Um, and that's all well and good. And it wasn't until much later in life that I was given this language anyway. But I think we should work with it a lot more of vocation and call. Some of the most powerful stories in Scripture are call narratives. Just bring about some of our favorite hymns, like "Here I Am, Lord," which comes right out of Isaiah. Well, Isaiah's in the temple, and he's being called to the work that God's calling him. Called. Isaiah Isaiah doesn't wake up as a little kid and say, "I'm gonna be a prophet." But he's called. He's called to this. He has a vocation in this. And it's 6:8. The Lord. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" And he said, "Here I am, send me." God calls us to things. God gives us gifts for things. God moves us and spurns us forward. We always want to think things are a coincidence, that they're happenstance, they're accidental. Oh, well, people keep coming to me to talk to me about this. People keep doing this. People keep seeking me out, or I keep ending up in this place doing this thing. Oh, it's just a coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidences. If people keep coming to you and seeking advice and help and conversation, it's because you have a gift for that. You're a good listener, and you have sound advice, and you just listen, and sometimes that's all someone needs. But nonetheless, that's part of call. That's part of vocation, is finding that thing that God's gifted us for and sending us forth to do it. Moses in the burning bush, he's walking along, he's tending some sheep, he's doing this thing, and all of a sudden there's a bush on fire, and God says, "Get over here," and then says, "You're gonna go," and Moses tries. But here's the thing, this is what we always do. Jeremiah, Moses, lots of them. We always want to be like, "No, I don't think so." We always want to deny it. "Well, I'm not really good at that. I'm not really." We all do it. It's faults so much. We try to avoid it because then we have to accept the reality that we may be supposed to be doing something different, or and I'm not saying we're sinning or falling short. We're just not quite on the path that we should be. God gives us all specific gifts and talents and joys. And often I have found, I can speak for myself, those things that bring me great joy, and when I work on them and when I delve into them, I recognize them as that gift, and they're very much part of my call. One of those things, is being with people. It brings me great joy. It's part of my call to this. We talk about call in terms of paid Christians, or leadership, but we're all called. If being a nurse and helping people and doing that brings you great joy, it's part of the call and the vocation. We too often just think about jobs as a way to make money. We think about our lives and things like that as just getting by, but what if we reformatted it all to talk about vocation and call? Where is God calling me? How is God calling me? In work, in day-to-day life, in relationships. We took that into the world instead of just saying, "Oh, this is something I do." No, this is what I'm called to do. Frederick Buechner, and I have to find it, give me a second here, says this. He says, "Neither the hair shirt nor the soft breath will do." He's talking, "But the place God calls you is the place where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet." The place where God calls you is where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet. the thing that brings you joy and meets the thing that where the world has need, is where God's calling us. We all have deep joys in some way, shape, or form. Singing, helping, teaching, dancing, lifting, running. But where's the hunger? We find the hunger in the world and we step into it, and that's where God's calling us. Vocation and call and who we're supposed to be as good listeners or as whatever is that thing when it brings us joy, or when we clearly have a gift in it. And when there's a deep need in the world and they collide, that's where God's calling each of us. I think we should reformat, maybe not with little kids, but how we talk to one another is, where is God calling us? What is our vocation? And I think in many ways, a lot of us, most of us, all of us, need to stop giving the old Jeremiah excuse, or I'm just a boy, or I can't speak like Moses, and find a way to say, here I am, Lord, send me. Remember, where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet, that's where God's calling each of us. Have a blessed week. Look forward to seeing you soon.